Hello, everybody. My name is Jennifer McCune. I am coming to you from Charlottesville, Virginia, and super excited to share more about Rodan and Fields tonight. Before I get into it, I do want to address we all know there's a lot going on right now around the world, in your own homes, that we're all thinking about COVID and I have to say something positive that I've really learned to take from all of this. And one of our I was just speaking to somebody about this, is it's been a couple of really positive things that, first of all, never in my life have we as humanity all come together to fight the same enemy. And that's pretty cool. And that's kind of a blessing to think about, that we're all in this together. I like to think about the positive, and then just to kind of take a step back and breathe and spend time with my family, spend time with my loved ones, really just stop to enjoy the small things in life. So I think that sometimes we feel like things can get out of control and we don't know what's going to happen. This is unprecedented. So to take a deep breath and just say, okay, we can do a virtual like this, we can do other virtuals. There's so many ways to connect with people in different ways. And just I appreciate the fact that we can do something like this, that we can really kind of enjoy one another on a different level. And I posted in the group earlier today, one of the books that I really recommend is called The Happiness Project. So many great books out there like that. One of the great gifts that Rodan and Fields has brought me is not only this fantastic community. None of the people on this did I know before I started Rodan and Fields. And The Happiness Project was a book I was introduced to. We get a lot of personal development in this business. And it was something that I didn't even know I was looking for. I was working full time and I was going to school at night, and my kids were 5, 8, and 10. And I really knew I wanted 5 years from that point, which was almost 8 years ago now, to look different. I knew I really wanted to be able to be with my kids before school and after school. I wanted to have that flexibility to be with them, but I also wanted to also be contributing to our family's financial future. I didn't want that to weigh solely on my husband. And I also wanted us to be able to diversify our income and not just focus on whatever his income was. So I was really excited to have this opportunity. And I'm also a frugal Fran. So if there's a way that I can get things for less, I'm always looking for that. I grew up in Wisconsin, and so I love that I could get the products at a wholesale cost. They could be a tax write-off, and ultimately that I could learn how to be an entrepreneur. I love education. I love helping educate others. I love the whole built-in mentorship support, business in a box, that we all help one another grow. So I hopped on board, and my motto always was hashtag do it scared, because it certainly wasn't always easy for me, but I kept on moving forward and I've learned a ton. I still go out of my comfort zone almost daily with doing new things, with this abundance mindset of, this is not about me, it's about helping so many other people. So many people are looking for extra income, whether it's in these pandemic times or in other times in their lives. And so many people want to feel confident about the skin they're in. And I love that I have the opportunity to help so many others, including myself, along the way. So I'm going to briefly touch on a couple of my favorite products. So one of them is Reverse. I grew up in Wisconsin and grew up in the 80s as a teen and laid out all the time, even though my fair skin really did not love that. And so you can see here, well, this is one thing that I love about us. We strive to create life-changing skincare, and we're a life-changing skincare company. And here are my before and afters. You can see on the left there, this is when I was 37. I actually turned 50 a couple weeks ago. But when I was 37, that picture, I actually had more makeup on. I was trying to cover up all the sun damage, and I had a lot of sun damage because I laid out in the sun a lot. And when you're younger, it can look like a tan, and as you get older, it's sun damage. I had a lot of redness and dryness on the sides of my face. And I really love what these products have given me, is feeling a lot more confident. My skin is aging well. Another thing that this business has given me is the flexibility of time. I used to have to work out at 5 a.m. before the kids went to school in order to fit that in, along with going to class at night and working full time and spending time with them. And now I get to work out at a normal time of day, 9:20 in the morning. So being able to take care of my body along with my largest organ, I think has really helped me feel much more confident in as I turn 50 this year. Um, the picture on the left of just my skincare results is me using Redefine, Reverse, and a lot of our other products that you're going to hear about tonight. But in that picture, we did not have Lash Boost as of yet. You can see in the picture on the right, Lash Boost came out in 2016. And so those are the before and after pictures of my lashes, which I was super happy to get as well. Now you can use your lash boost on eyebrows as well. I am one of those weird anomalies that actually have naturally bushy brows, which back in the 80s was not a cool thing.
Mhm.
So it took me until I'm 50 years old for people to finally tell me that I have great eyebrows. So I'm super finally in my lifetime happy about that. Um, so the next thing that I'm going to briefly talk about in the upper right hand corner, Reverse is one of the products that I love. We have two different formulations, a lightening one and a brightening one, depending on how severe your sun damage is. I use them both and love them both. And for all of our products, you can see that they're numbered. It's very easy to use. There's a 3 steps or 4 steps. It lays it out what you do, which is really nice. And what I do is I alternate that I use Redefine a few days a week. That's the one for aging and firmness. And I use Reverse a few days a week, which is the one for sun damage. And it's really nice to have those options. I have some people who say to me, well, I have sensitive skin, which would be the green one. I have aging skin, which is the blue one. I have sun damage, which is the yellow one. I have acne, which is the purple. Or really, I just want to maintain healthy skin, which is that turquoise looking one. And the great thing about our products is we have something for everybody that you can kind of use some certain days of the week and other days of the week. The other one here that I didn't mention quite yet is called Spotless. And this was a great one that came out in February of 2019, which is teenage acne and young adults. And it's great because it's only 2 steps. If you don't have teenagers yet, you will at some point if you have children. And using 2 steps is about all they're going to do. And I tell you, when this came out, it was a life changer for my kids. A, because it's only 2 steps, and B, because it's patented technology that's specifically focused on oxygenating the skin for teenagers who have specific acne challenges. And we've already won numerous awards and accolades and presented at the American Dermatological Association. Then the last thing I'm going to talk about are some of our masks. And I'm going to tell you, so we have one to help with the pores. It's called an unblemished mask. One, recharge our face, which has volcanic ash and some other really good smelling stuff. It's a charcoal clay mask. We have one called Soothe that is a clay mask to help with skin sensitivities. We have this gold one, Reverse, which really helps brighten up the skin. My favorite is the Redefine Rejuvenation Mask, and it's like a bubble tea on your face, and you rinse it off, and it's silky smooth. And this morning, it was so great. Before I got in the shower, I put on the unblemished mask, and I did my hair, and it just felt really good in all of the chaos to be doing something kind of my own little mini spa treatment at home. And I know some people do them at night and whatever. For me, it works out much better before in the morning, the days that I'm going to shower, just to put on a mask and give myself that rejuvenating start to the day. And one of my favorites right now is our Active Hydration Body Replenish. I've been washing my hands a lot. And I did this a lot when my kids were little too. I remember when my daughter was born, I got strep like 5 times within 2 months of her being born. And since then, she's now 13. I probably wash my hands like 20 times a day. And our Active Hydration Body Replenish is really good because not only does it moisturize our skin, but it hydrates. So it helps lock in the hydration levels to help minimize the amount of times that we actually need to use moisture for our skin. And I use it on my whole body, but the hands, especially right now. So with that, I get to turn it over to my lovely friend Priscilla, who's in Maryland, who is going to share her
Yep.
story. And I will turn it over to you, Priscilla.
Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, it's so crazy because I did not know Jennifer until this business. So just crazy how life is. So um, I became introduced to Rodan and Fields when I was working in Nordstrom in 2006. They were some of the products that we had in the beauty department. I happened to work right next to it, and so it was something I saw frequently. And I had no idea that it was even tied to Proactive. I was just like, wow, those look like very nice products. And then 10 years later, I was looking for something to do in my spare time because I was not going to be working for 3 months. I had to take a 3 month break, obligatory break at my job. And I looked on Google, jobs for moms, and I saw Rodan and Fields. And I was like, what? How can it be the same company that I saw at Nordstrom is now in direct sales? So I went on my Facebook and I found the first person that was selling it. And I remember when my kids arrived, I had such bad acne. I always had something on my chin, hormonal acne. And it was like, I was at a point where I was like, okay, well, this is just how my skin is. This is just how it's going to be. And then I tried on Blemish, the purple one that Jennifer showed earlier. And within 45 days, it cleared up my hormonal acne, which was amazing. So what's really cool about Unblemished is that it comes 4 pieces, just like the other one. Just I think all of them mostly come in 4 pieces. But what's cool about this is that the activation, it comes in 2 pumps. So you pump it one and one, and then you mix it in your hands. So you get an activated product. Because if they pre-mix it when they're preparing it, by the time you use it, it loses the activation. So I think that's what makes it really work well. So that is Unblemished. And I wanted to showcase our essentials line, which is like the everyday line that everybody could use. We have sunscreen, which I love because it smells really good. I think it smells super nice. We have a body moisturizer. And some of my favorite products is, believe it or not, our gauze pads. So this is our gauze pad, and this is what we use instead of a cotton pad. So you see here with a cotton pad, this absorbs all the toner. The gauze pad, it doesn't. It goes right to your face. So you don't have to waste money. Doesn't go down the drain, doesn't go down the cotton, which is great. And also another one that I love from the Essentials lines is our makeup removing wipes. I love them because they're so big. They're not, the competitor ones, they're not small. Like, look at how big it is compared to the other ones. I'm going to use that later. And so that's our essentials. And then really quick, I wanted to also talk about our Radiant Defense, which is not a makeup. This looks like a makeup, but it's not a makeup. I don't know if you can see any of the color there. But what's super nice about it is that this is a skincare product. So instead of wearing foundation, you wear the Radiant Defense. You can even mix up the colors. We just came out with more colors. And it protects your skin from the sun, protects your skin from free radicals, and it gives you a glow, and it doesn't damage your skin like makeup does, especially with somebody like me with acne. You need something that protects you. It also has a super nice brush. It is super, super soft, which I love. So that is it for Unblemished Essentials and Radiant Defense. And now I want to introduce my buddy over in Buffalo, Andrea, Andrea Vogel.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I love Radiant Defense too so much. I love so many of our products. So my quick story, and then I'll share about Soothe with You, our line for sensitivity. That's actually safe for infants 5 months and up, and it's our all natural line. But first, I've been doing this for 5 years, and like Jennifer had mentioned, none of the four of us who are going to chat with you tonight knew one another before. And I think our community and our sisterhood is one of the most unforeseen things that we get to experience as part of being part of Rodan and Fields. It is so uplifting and empowering and inspiring to be surrounded by women who are like, mostly women, men, some men also, who really are business savvy and super smart to join with us. But primarily women who uplift one another and are here to cheer one another on. It's especially in a time like this where things are uncertain, we can always count on each other to help one another through not only our businesses, but through our lives too. So before I started doing this as a teacher, I had experienced quite a few job losses due to budget cuts during the recession, and we were also going through a fertility struggle. So all of that coupled together was putting my headspace in a really rough time. And the personal development and the community together really helped me through all of that. It also allowed us to now, oh my goodness, 3 years later, 3.5 years after starting, financially be in a place that we were able to have a third baby, and she is going to be a year old very soon, which is so crazy. So it may seem like skincare from the outside, but it's so much more than that. The community and just the fulfillment is incredible. So like we had mentioned, Priscilla and I both have little ones, and Jennifer and Andrea both have older grown kids, but the flexibility around them to be able to work from home and have that flexibility has been very, very incredible. And now going forward will be even more incredible with everyone being home. So our products, speaking on the kid front for a minute more, the Soothe line for sensitivity has been a game changer for anybody with sensitive skin, from things like eczema, rosacea, psoriasis, any really just dry, irritated, sensitive skin. I don't know, we in Buffalo get quite a bit of snow here and cold weather, and even just those like dry chapped cheeks on our kiddos or hands, again, that was mentioned before, our Soothe regimen is incredible. So it's a sensitive skin, gentle cream wash, a sensitive skin treatment, moisture replenishing cream to increase the lipid barrier in your skin, and then our mineral sunscreen with a SPF 30, which is, again, super important for that sensitivity. And then our recharge regimen. So when I first started this, I had not used skincare outside of what I found on the shelves at Target or another store of that nature, and wasn't really sure where to get started. At the time, 5 years ago, we didn't have recharge, but if we had, it's really great for 20 and young 30-something skin where you maybe don't have a concern yet. Anti-aging, your skin is aging from 18 years and up, but you maybe aren't really thinking on the anti-aging front yet. So the doctors formulated recharge to really combat the blue screen. We're constantly in front of that blue light with our screen time. And just the environmental aggressors of everyday life that we come in contact with, to really just give our skin that healthy glow, help with the dullness, and really just kind of get ahead of the curve with making sure that we're taking really good care of our skin with good products. So that's recharge, and that's 3 steps. I think you go from 2 steps with Spotless for teens and young adults to 3, and then gradually up to 4, and adding some things in as we get older. So those are those 2 regimens, and I feel like we all can use some pieces of recharge. The wash is incredible as a makeup remover, and then our step 3, I wish I had it in arm's reach, it's right there, but our step 3 is great. It's a protect and blur, so it's kind of like an Instagram filter without having to put a filter on your face. It's really nice as a primer for our Radiant Defense. So that's it for me. I'm going to turn it over to my dear friend, Andrea Sims, and she's going to share a little more with you and close us up.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone. And thanks everybody for hopping on tonight and taking some time. This is, social distancing at its best, doing the whole virtual event. And I think we're pretty blessed that we're able to share with you in a format such as this. I do want to give Jennifer a heads up. The images we're seeing right now, it's 2 images instead of just 1. And I don't know if that was intentional or not. So we're not seeing just a single image on your slideshow. So yes.
No, that was not intentional. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So again, thank you everybody for hopping on and taking the time tonight. And I know that times right now, there we go, single image. Okay. So times right now they're uneasy times, they're uncertain times, they're unsettling times, and we're definitely in a place of unsurety with everything that's going on. And I'm going to be honest, this brings me back to my time starting with Rodan and Fields 9.5 years ago. It was during the recession, and my husband closed the doors to his business because he was an appraiser, and I was a corporate trainer for a real estate company, actually Remax, where most people know who they are. And I was a trainer, and we were in a place, and it resembled something similar to this, right? I wasn't sure where money was coming from. We were very much in that place of like the paycheck to paycheck, getting by, not ahead. And there's a lot of stress involved. So I'm sure some of you are feeling the impacts of the coronavirus right now, and the stress of having your kids home with you, and wondering about financial security and those things. And I was living that 9.5 years ago. And so as far as my story, I started doing something. I started thinking about how to put a plan in place so that I could relieve that financial stress. And I think I've always just lived my life that if something was going on that was making me uneasy, uncomfortable, that I needed to have a plan. I needed to have a goal on how to change that, because I didn't want to keep feeling the feels that I had at that moment. So I found Rodan and Fields, and I learned more about it, as far as how flexible it was, and how this could be a way to relieve my stress, to impact our financial future. I wanted to create that college fund. I wanted to make sure we were paying our bills, and it wasn't an overwhelming feeling of where was that money coming from next. And I found this. With this, I recognized what they did with their prior brand, a multi-billion-dollar brand in 180 countries. And I really just said, if they can do for anti-aging what they did for acne, this would make so much sense to say yes to it. And I had absolutely no experience. I had no experience in skincare. I had no experience in this industry. I would actually go to bed with makeup on. I'd use a bar of soap in the shower the next day. So skincare was definitely not that thing that was first and foremost in my thought. But I did some research, and I found that skincare was an enormous business, and one that was growing. And quite honestly, something that almost is, at that point, for me, it was like recession proof, because when people aren't feeling good about things that are going on in their life, they want to feel good about themselves. And oftentimes, this piece of real estate is what makes them feel good. Just looking good made them feel so much better, and their head held high and their shoulders back, and that was giving people confidence. And so I jumped into this business. I plugged into the training, I plugged into the support system, and it really was that plan B initially. I was looking for a way to generate an extra $1,000 a month. And within 6 months, helping other people get great skin, but more importantly, really providing people a path and an option to really help ease any financial challenges that they were facing at that time, by helping people to create a business of their own that they could do from home, that they could do flexible, with flexibility, they could do virtually. I actually was able to leave my corporate job within 6 months. And it wasn't that I had replaced my corporate income, but it was that flexibility that I knew I could do it from anywhere around my kids' schedules. And I knew what the future held. Back then we may have been at, $102 billion industry, and today it's grown into a $136 billion industry. And what I'm impressed with and I'm excited by as far as our company and continued future is that we're going to continue to go globally. We're in 3 countries right now, the US, Canada, and Australia, and we're going to be heading into Japan later in the next few months, depending on what's going on. But I loved it. My whole business was really kind of my cell phone and anywhere I had Wi-Fi. So in this time of social distancing, it's really one of those things that we can do from anywhere at any time. And anyway, so it's been an exciting journey. I've been out of corporate, like I said, for almost 9 years now, and it was because of this vehicle that it really gave me that peace of mind. So with that and sharing my story, I'm going to kind of wrap things up from a product perspective. You can see these awesome eyelashes that I am now blessed with because of our enhancements line, and one of those things is our Lash Boost product. Lash Boost works because it's a conditioning serum for your eyelashes. Without conditioner, just like the hair on our head, our eyelashes will get dry, brittle, and they'll break.
Really?
So this is a conditioning serum for our eyelashes so that they're stronger, more resilient, more flexible, and it allows them to go through their full growth cycle. I love our Lash Boost. It's actually now like the top lash product in the country. And I think in our first year, we did nearly 300 million in sales. So it's just, who doesn't love great lashes? People are still looking for great lashes. It makes them feel good about themselves. So we're excited about that. So if you want to flip to that next slide, the other product that I've been using for years and years, 9 years in fact, is the blue one. It's called Redefine. It's our anti-aging line. And as you can see, it has 4 main steps. And it's actually the #1 anti-aging line in all of North America, which I love that aspect of it. I mean, I'm 88 years old, guys. This stuff works. Just kidding. I'm gonna, just like Jennifer, I am going to turn 50 this year, but I really feel like I've withstood the hands of time by using this for the last 9 years. I just really, it's unbelievable maintaining the great skin that I have, and of course helping those lines and wrinkles. So there's a cleansing mask that comes with it, a pore minimizing toner, a day cream that has an SPF of 30, loaded with peptides for those fine lines and wrinkles, as well as a night cream that comes with it. And that night cream locks in the moisture into your skin, creates a moisture barrier, and it helps to address those fine lines and wrinkles, as well as firm up your complexion. But what I love that they've added to that regimen in order to amp up your results is actually our roller. It's a derma roller, and if you've ever heard of microneedling, that's what this does. And so this is microneedling in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to go in and get any procedures done. It takes 1 minute to do the whole thing while you're rolling your face, your lips, your eyes, your neck, and it exfoliates, and it helps to stimulate the collagen and elastin production. Most people start with 3 nights a week, bumps up to 7 nights a week, and you get some of the pictures you may have seen on our fan page. The before and afters are absolutely incredible about what that will continue to do for your skin. Again, firm it up, tone it up. It helps with the texture, and of course the fine lines and wrinkles. And once you're done rolling, then you add on the night renewing serum capsules. They're a monodose capsule. They feel like silk. And it's a vitamin A and peptide combination. So it's retinal versus retinol, meaning people of all different skin types, sensitive skin to anti-aging skin, can use that product. And again, it just feels like silk. It's heavenly. So incorporated into my nightly routine, I also add in our active hydration serum. This is an enhancement. So just as Jennifer was talking about the body replenishing cream, this attracts moisture from the air and increases your moisture reservoir by 200%. And the difference between hydrated skin and dehydrated skin, just think about the difference between a shriveled up raisin and a nice, plump, hydrated grape. That's what this product will do, is it takes us from shriveled up raisins to nice, plump grapes. So I love that. And then we also have a hydration for underneath your eye area that addresses dark circles and puffiness. And we have our multi-function eye cream that also addresses dark circles, puffiness, and crow's feet. So if you're feeling like you're not getting as much sleep as you normally do, those two products will absolutely make your eyes light and bright and look like you're really well rested. Finally, our microdermabrasion paste. It's unbelievable. Salt and sugar scrub. You can use it on your face, use it head to toe. It's going to exfoliate and get rid of all those dead, gross skin cells that we have sitting on top of us from the dry winter. And it actually, the more you exfoliate, the more that your products are going to work better for you. So I think we've covered all of the products. And so let's just walk into, if you're curious about the products, what if you could get started on some really great skincare yourself, right? We definitely have a fantastic preferred customer program where you can, it's flexible shipping. You get 10% off. You receive free shipping as well. And there's a one-time enrollment fee of $19.95. We do now also have a refer a friend program where we can also provide you with a discount code where that will enable you to waive that $19.95 fee, but you still get the incredible discounts, again, 10% off and free shipping. And I'm really excited that ending on the 20th of this week, we're doing a combination. We're doing a combination of when you grab a regimen, so 4-step regimen, and lash boost together, so great skin and great lashes all together, looking great. They've actually bundled those together with a 20% discount. And as preferred customers, you get the 10% on top of that. So it's really unbelievable what we have to offer right now. But if you're thinking, hey, what if I don't want to get just great skin? What if I want great skin and a way to, feel better about my financial future? What if there was a way to create right now money and be able to have it to be flexible and something you can do from home? Well, what if you took a look at Rodan & Fields as a business option for yourself? What if it gave you the time to do more, right? Have more fulfillment in your life, make more connections. Just like Andrea had mentioned, none of us actually knew each other before we started with Rodan & Fields. We all met in very different ways. What if it gave you more time to spend with your kids while they're home over the next couple of weeks, or maybe it might be longer, I'm not sure, but something you could work around your kids and have that flexible schedule and still never miss a moment? And what if it also gave you the ability to give back and really be fulfilled that you can be part of a community who's in this together, supporting one another and working together to a common goal? Just think about what that could do for you. So what does that look like right now? Well, we have 4 different options as far as getting started. And really, I want to take a look at those top 2 options. The bottom 2 options, it's really about people kind of getting a discount on products, but it really isn't about being able to impact your financial future, right? So our core kit has all of our most, like our 6 different regimens. It has the AMP MD roller. It also includes a sample of our Radiant Defense so you can experience what that's like, as well as our Lash Boost, and then marketing materials. Our Ultimate Kit, and you know what? As you can see, there's a $300 difference between the two of them, but you're actually going to receive like $800 more in product. And I'm sure I already know what you guys are thinking. You're like, look, I'm not even sure about skincare. How am I, going to start a business? And maybe you are, and maybe you aren't, and maybe you know somebody that this would be a great fit for. When I started this business, as I said, it was the recession. It was the week of Thanksgiving. Christmas was around the corner, and I wasn't sure how I was going to grab Christmas presents for my family. Yet I still came in on the Ultimate Kit regardless. Hey, I love a good deal, and I knew that was going to be the best business decision. I also knew that I had like 45 days to earn my investment back, and guess what? I did. And I'm not the only one. Jennifer, who's joined us here, she earned her investment back in 30 days as well.
I
So
wish
not
for
30 minutes, and bam! Sorry, I looked at my clock and I'm like, ooh, I gotta get off. So what's in the Ultimate Kit? Oops, I'm sorry. What's in the Ultimate Kit? Again, all the regimens, the roller, we didn't even talk about our pore cleansing system, which is pore extraction in the comfort of your own home. If you're curious, we are definitely going to be able to provide you more details around that, so we can go into that detail. But truly, I knew, and it comes with samples. Right now, those samples are gold, because people do want to just have something that makes them feel better at the end of the day. So, hey, have a mini facial and enjoy pampering yourself today, right? And people fall in love with the products, and boom, that's how we end up sharing the business. And that's going to come in the Ultimate Kit. So on top of that, you're thinking about, okay, so nope, go ahead to the bonus program. So how are the different ways that you can not just earn your investment back by sharing this with people, but what does our Fast Start bonus program really look like? And you have an opportunity, of course, to create commissionable income immediately, but we have a bonus program that will allow you an additional $5,120 in bonuses. Grab your first customer, $20 bonus. Hit your first promotion, which we typically help people do in just like 24 hours to a week's time, $100 bonus. Go to your next promotion by helping somebody else to start their business and getting them off to a fast start. The company will reward you for the cost that you came in, as long as it was either the core or the Ultimate Kit. And as you continue to promote over the next 6 months, you can generate an up to $5,000 in bonus income. Unbelievable. Didn't exist when I first started this business, and I'm awful glad it exists today to really help people to get off to a fast start and put money in their pocket right away and immediately. Sorry, I was thinking there was one more. Was that it?
Did you want me to share that one more? I can.
No, I wasn't sure where I was landing. Okay, so I apologize. So just to kind of recap, we are today we're the #1 skincare brand in North America, and we started during a recession. And it was because people were looking for a way to ease their financial situation. And skincare is kind of recession proof. It continues to grow. So I really do, we would love to get you started as a preferred customer. If you would like a 10% discount, we would love to help you get started as a consultant, where you have up to a 50% discount and the ability to have more peace of mind in uncertain times as these, and help us go globally. So yeah, I think the only thing I guess I want to share is, we've grown into this $1.5 billion brand. What if you could have a piece of that as we go to 2 billion, 2.5 billion, as we continue to launch and grow into other countries, and really help create a community of supportive, collaborative individuals with a common goal. And what if you would have started with the doctors when they first created Proactiv? I knew that I could sit and do what I was doing for another 2 years, or I could, and 2 years later, it wasn't going to look any different. Or I could start something at that moment 9 years ago and change the future for my family, and it did. So with that being said, we appreciate you all hopping on tonight. I would love to open this up to questions if we want to do that.